It's official. NBC has kicked the Donald to the curb. Yesterday, they told the billionaire, "You're fired." Lisa Mateo joining us now with more of all. It's like a soap opera now.
It is definitely. Yeah, there's no secret Donald Trump is known for his in-your-face style of speaking. But some say this time the Republican presidential candidate went too far.
When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
That was the comment that has sparked a firestorm of controversy. Donald Trump's derogatory statements about Mexicans has prompted outrage in the Latino community.
We are Mexican and we are strong.
Outside of the sold-out City Club of Chicago luncheon yesterday, protesters voiced their opinion on the Donald.
Racist, very insulting.
I've taken a lot of heat, and it's unnecessary, very unfair heat, because, first of all, I love the Mexican people. I have a great relationship with Mexico. How can I not love people that give me tens of millions of dollars for apartments? You have to love them.
Inside, Trump defended his comments and offered no apologies. And he wasn't afraid to continue to comment on immigration.
I would get Mexico to pay for a wall because Mexico's making a fortune, and they've got to stop letting people come in illegally.
NBC and Univision have since announced they are severing ties with the billionaire and will not be airing the Miss USA or Miss Universe pageants. Trump already withdrew from his role on The Apprentice to focus on his campaign.
As long as I'm running for president, they were not happy with it. They wanted me to do The Apprentice. And now, with my statements on immigration, which happen to be correct, they are going to take a different stance, and that's okay.
And here's exactly what NBC did say. They issued a statement, and they said, due to derogatory statements by Donald Trump regarding immigrants, NBC Universal is ending its business relationship with Mr. Trump. Now, Trump went on to call NBC weak and foolish. He blasted the network for standing behind, quote, a lion Brian Williams, but not someone who tells it like it is. Corey and Sukanya.
Well, you know what? Let's just continue to talk about Mr. Trump. Why not? Joining us now with more on this topic is founder and creative director of Big Eyed Wish, Ian Weingard, and business and corporate litigation attorney, Nick Fortuna. Nice to have both of you here. So can you ever get rid of the Donald? I mean, is that even possible, guys?
Hopefully this is the end of him. He's getting tiresome. You know, at this point, he's off his TV show with The Apprentice.
Right.
He's, now his pageant's not going to be carried by, you know, any of the channels.
Yeah, but you and I know the contracts aren't like, you know, they're not easily broken.
Exactly. So, I mean, he's going to sue over this. There's a lot of money at stake.
I think he's going to sue. I don't think he has a good claim as far as, you know, NBC taking it off the air. There's always provisions in the contract. NBC controls what goes on the air. They're obligated to the advertisers. I think it's outrageous what he did. It was racist. He doesn't know Mexican people. They're the hardest working people of the immigrant population. And they're the biggest political bloc right now. They control the outcome of the election. Mitt Romney only got 27% of the Hispanic vote. Big reason why he lost. Donald Trump really doesn't have any chance of winning.
But here's the deal. He's a media mogul. You know what? He's used to being a lightning rod. And quite frankly, the way these contracts work, he's going to still make money regardless of how insensitive he was to the community. He knows what he is appealing to and what part of the audience he's appealing to. Do you agree with me on that, at least?
I think he went over the line. I think he made a mistake.
Oh, of course he went over the line, but he's going to still make money off of it, obviously.
Well, he still gets paid. I mean, if they can the show Apprentice, or they swap him out with somebody else, they bring in some other rich guy,
right?
Or rich woman, I suppose. They could really be. But he still gets paid regardless, right? Or no?
Not necessarily on The Apprentice, because he doesn't own it. Mark Burnett.
Yeah, Mark Burnett does.
But he gets paid on the pageant.
He gets paid on the pageant. He owns the pageant. So he owns it with NBC. Okay. So they're going to be in court. They have lots of issues to work out. Because,
but if NBC owns the pageant, then it's NBC versus NBC in a way, isn't it?
Well, NBC just had to make a decision. They're going to take a loss on the pageant because it would have been a bigger loss with the advertisers. They had a lot of pressure from the Hispanic community coming on. At first, they just took a neutral statement stand. You know,
they
stood
distanced
back
themselves.
And they said, we don't agree with him, but they still received a lot of pressure.
I don't know. I don't think people are going to forget this. My sense is that, you know, even a year from now, 5 years from now, they're going to be people that say, oh, I'm not going to buy that Donald Trump thing. I'm not going to do whatever because of this. I don't know. I don't think people are going to forget.
I agree with you, because there's a difference between saying, I hate Rosie O'Donnell, or I hate a whole ethnic group. You know, I think there's a big difference.
I mean, with all due respect, there's a lot of garbage that comes out of that man's mouth.
That's true.
And the garbage that comes out of his mouth has nothing to do with who he is as a business person.
Right.
So he does have business smarts, but being a human being, he needs to work on that a little bit.
Absolutely.
I don't know. And I think that's what the lesson that hopefully he will learn. But maybe he won't learn because he's living in Trump Tower and he's got Trump World, and I think with money comes a sense of arrogance, and that's what we're seeing again and
he insulates
again.
himself from the outside world, too.
All right.
All right.
I have a feeling there's going to be a new Twitter war going on soon.
Oh, my gosh.
Saying, I better watch Twitter. I don't know.
Mr. Trump is going to call me and say, Suki, that's why you're on PIX 11.
Oh, my gosh.
You're right. That's why I'm on PIX 11,
Exactly.
because we're the only fair station that says it the way it is, and that's the end of it.